Hi everyone, welcome to the video and my channel. Today I'm just going to share about how I scored an 8.5 in IELTS and just will be sharing some tips and tricks that might be useful for you too if you're thinking of taking the test soon. First things first, do not wait until the last few days to begin to start preparing. We usually have that habit, but remember at the end of the day it's just an English testing system, so you can always work on your English all the time in your day-to-day lives, so do not keep things till the end of time. Another thing is the test is basically like a marathon because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, so work on improving your patience and attention span because it'll just come in handy. Let's talk about the specific section now. For listening, there's tons of materials available online. What I did was I went to my library, I got a Cambridge English textbook. There's different series of it and there's YouTube recordings available online. So I practiced in paper like that. If you have an online exam, you could do the same. Another thing, underline the keywords because the recordings only played once. So if you have keywords highlighted before the recording begins, because you'll always have time to do that, you'll not miss the answers. And even if you do, don't dwell on a single question, just leave it. You'll already have your keyword highlighted. Go back to the other question, and at the end you get like extra 10 minutes, so you can fill the missed answer with anything that you think is relevant. It's always a good idea to not leave it blank. Another thing, listen till the end of the recording because they sneakily change the answers, so just put your full attention and listen completely even though you feel like you listened to the answer already. Now for reading, again, tons of materials available online. One tip would be to also skim through the questions and underline that, highlight the keywords, and do the same for the paragraphs. Remember, you don't need to understand the entirety of the paragraph, you just need to find the answers. So highlighting keywords can be very, very helpful. What I like to do is I skim through the questions first because I just find it easier that my brain is searching for those answers in the paragraph. And another tip, it's always in a chronological order, so you don't have to worry about the sequence of finding the answers. And I think the most tricky part is the true, false, and not given. So how to differentiate is, okay, true if exact same thing is being asked in the question and the same thing's being told in the paragraph, it's true. False if completely opposite of whatever's asked is being said in the paragraph, false. And for not given, remember, do not make assumptions. If the information being asked in the question is not given at all, then it's not given. So true, true. If it's the opposite, false. If it's not both, not given. Another thing, be mindful of the instructions given because there can be 2 words and or a number. So you can easily miss scores if you don't read the instructions properly. Now for writing, there's 1 letter and 1 essay. Refer to resources online like IELTS Advantages because they have excellent structures and examples. The key here is to understand what the question is asking for because I believe there are 5 different kinds of structures that the essay can follow. So refer to IELTS Advantage, it's super helpful. Another thing, try to stick to the word count. Longer answer does not mean higher scores. So it's not beneficial for you to write a lot. So just stick to the word count, follow the structure from the references that I mentioned. That would be enough. And another thing, plan before you start to write because it helps to stick with the word count, and use conjunctions and subordinate clauses for making complex sentences. And like I said, plan whatever you're going to write and expand on a few ideas that you plan to write. Now for speaking, immerse yourself in English the few days before the test. Think in English, speak in English, that will be super helpful. Another tip, maybe ask for a friend to take some mock interviews of you, or even you can speak and record. And another tip, revise on the idioms and phrases that you kind of already know, so you can make use of those when speaking. And another thing, try to strike a balance between formal and casual speaking, because remember, this is not an interview, so you don't have to be very formal. Also, like I said, speak about a few ideas and expand on those rather than creating a lot of ideas. Learn some idioms and phrases that you already know, revise them so that you can make use of during your interview. And check out the YouTube videos of high band achievers just to get an idea of how they talk and what is expected of you. And there you have it. Those were some tips and tricks I think that might be useful for you. So just thought I should come here and share those. Maybe if it's useful for even one person, that's fine. Let's try to get 5 likes in these videos. Thank you so much. All the best for your exams or test. It's not an exam. It's not a big deal. Chill out. All the best on your test, and thank you. Bye-bye.